y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Rolling the Bottom. I'm your host, Zach Moyer. We're back for another episode. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Had a lot of news this week. We got some more news to cover today. So I'm excited to break it all down. So let's get after it. Talladega Super Speedway unveiled a brand new logo. I have to say, the old logo was an iconic logo. That logo is in Talladega Nights. They've had this logo for a very long time. And to see it go away, it kind of stinks. But I think it'll be better off for marketing, I guess, because it's, the new logo says Talladega Speedway, has the track in the back, the outline of the track. I think it'll probably look better on a t-shirt or just look better when it comes to promoting the races. But it does stink that they got rid of the iconic logo. Hopefully, and this is an ISC track, which I believe NASCAR owns this track. Hopefully they do not get rid of the iconic Daytona logo, because that's what people were saying on X. And that could happen because a lot of the ISC tracks have been rebranding and different logos and stuff. So, but we'll see. But yeah, disappointing was getting rid of the old logo, the iconic logo. But I understand it probably looks better for branding and promoting the race. Next thing, Rajah Caruth, Inspire Motorsports announced a full-time ride for Rajah Caruth in the 71 Spire truck. HendrickCars.com will be the primary for 10 races. This is big. This was already rumored. I already talked about it, and that was an opportunity for him to go to Spire. He was at GMS Racing last year. Had some good runs, I felt like, last year. Had a lot. He has, I think, potential. But I do think there was times last year where he was, inexperienced and made mistakes where he either wrecked himself or got wrecked. But I was impressed at times with the way he was running. And I think, Spire, I believe their Truck Series team is going to be very, very good. They're going to have the leftovers of KBM. I think Chevy will be a big-time supporter, and they'll have a lot of resources there. So I do believe this is going to be a very, very competitive truck for Spire. I know Chase Purdy will have a ride. I know Kyle Busch will be doing some driving. They'll have Nick Sanchez for an alliance with Rev Racing. I might be missing one driver there, but then they'll also have Rajah Caruth. So I think there'll be a lot of young talent that Spire will have that they can bounce off with each driver. So I think it'll be exciting. I'm happy for Rajah Caruth. I want him to succeed, as I always want certain drivers to succeed. I don't really have much hate for drivers not to be successful. But I do think this is I'm really happy for Rajah. I'm excited to see how he does, and it's another great opportunity in the Truck Series. Next topic, Dale Jr. On his podcast, the Dale Jr. Download, had some interesting comments about his future in broadcasting.
He's up. It was up at the end of last year. I'm currently working through what that looks like for me. I definitely love being in the broadcast booth and want to continue doing that. We've had some great conversations with all of NASCAR's TV partners. My home and my love is at NBC, and I'd love to be back with them. So we'll see where it goes. But right now, man, I really don't have a job in terms of broadcasting.
That was a short clip, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. is not signed to any TV partner right now. Talks about how he would love to be back with NBC, but he also talks about he's been talking to all other TV partners. This is very interesting because, in my opinion, it will be weird, though. I think NBC was going to bring him back. But does Dale Jr., we got this new TV deal coming out. If Dale Jr. is available, Prime in Turner Sports or TNT would definitely love to have an opportunity to snatch him, for sure. I don't think he'll go unemployed. He's too valuable. He's too good. NBC has really used him. He's been IMSA racing, Indy 500, the Kentucky Derby. So he's been a very big asset for NBC, not just for NASCAR races. He's very good. He understands the sport. He gives great knowledge. So I don't think he'll go unemployed. I do expect him to re-sign for NBC, but I guess it'll just depend if it's going to be a one-year deal where he hopes he'll do a one-year deal and then look at his options, or he'll want to sign a big, massive, long-term deal to stay with NBC. But this will definitely be an interesting storyline as we get closer and closer to NBC's, part in the season. Final topic, Tony Stewart, part owner of SHR, was back on the SiriusXM NASCAR radio show with Dave Mooney and had some interesting thoughts when it comes to SHR's struggles.
2 miserable years in a row, and I'm tired of getting asked, or I'm tired of taking the blame from everybody why the cars aren't running good. It's like, I think the fans need a reality check and a reminder that I'm not the crew chief, I'm not the engineer, I don't dictate the setups on the cars. I give these guys the tools to do the job, and we just haven't got it done the last couple of years.
He says fans need a reality check and a reminder that he is not the crew chief, the mechanic, engineer. He's not the one building these cars. He's not the one working on these cars. So the way he's not the biggest reason for them not being successful last year, right? Or the past couple of years. But also, he is the one who hired these people. His name is on the building, right? So he is in charge of who is hired, who's not, who's on the team. And also the biggest thing for me is he has a lot of other things. He has a sprint car team he runs, NASCAR team, but now he has this big drag racing team. He started it a couple years ago with now his wife, Leah Pruitt, and it seems like he spends a lot of time with that team. He's really heavily involved, which is fine, right? But now he's going to be driving for that team full-time in the NHRA Top Fuel Series. That's a top series in NHRA. So now it almost looks like you're putting NASCAR as a little side hustle, a little side thing. It doesn't look like, if I were working for your team, it doesn't look like you really care as much of this team. I think if you're working there, you want to see Tony there, because then you probably get fired up. Oh, look how much he cares. Look how much he's involved. He's talking to all the employees, right? You don't look good when you seem that you're more involved in this drag racing team, and now you're going to be driving for the team. So now you're going to be less hands-on and less around because you're going to be focused on trying to be successful in that. I think his criticism is warranted in a sense because he's doing a lot of other things that are going to take a lot more time than him being, an owner and being around that race team. And Tony did talk about he's excited about the energy from Stewart-Haas going into this season. I'm excited about the energy at the shop. Stewart continued. We kind of had a rah-rah meeting, and I will say having 4 young drivers in the shop, as much as I really nervous about it, I'm really excited about the energy that it's brought to the shop. Having 4 young drivers isn't something I thought I would have, but I will say it's been a surprise and a shocking and pleasant surprise. The energy these guys have brought to the race shop this off season. Talking about energy, the energy is great. He's surprised at how much energy the young 4 drivers had. He never really expected that. It's good to have some good vibes. It seems like SHR is feeling good about themselves going into the season. That they believe that this new Ford body can really help and maybe really make some improvements for them. I think it will. It just depends how big. And I already said, I think the first 10 races we're really going to see how much of an improvement they have made from last year to this year. Now, he also talked about what they expect and could there be changes. We're going to have to get some races into it. But if we're not having the results we're looking for, we're going to start making some major changes. Everybody knows that. Everybody understands that. And it's those guys' job as their SHR to take what we have and make it better. There's a lot of speculation. I mean, this is the last year for Stewart-Haas's deal with Ford, a manufacturer deal, and there's a lot of speculation. Ford is definitely not giving them the same support as RFK or Team Penske. Front Row Motorsports might be getting more support than them through Ford. If they're not performing to what Stewart-Haas and Gene Haas expect, there could be big changes. And he says that it's the people at Stewart-Haas Racing's job to make what we have better. So it's going to be a great storyline. They've really put a big target on their back. They did all the rebranding. They did a whole history lesson of what they're built off of, right? All those little videos and skits and stuff. So I'm excited for this team. Look, this is going to be a very, very exciting season. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought on today's topics. Give me your thoughts on the new Talladega logo. You upset that it's not the original one? What do you think about that? What do you think about Rajah Caruth? What do you expect his season to be like? How do you think he'll do in that 71 Spire truck? Where do you think Dale Jr. will go? Do you think he'll take a 1-year deal? Do you think he'll go after a massive deal? Or do you think he'll trying to go after one of these new TV partners going into 2025. Let me know all down below. Also, let me know what you think about Tony Stewart's comments about fans needing a reality check with the way they have performed. Besides that, love you guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Bye, y'all.